Mr. CEO of Adidas, do you plan to use these Yeezy designs or Yeezy's previous designs for future releases? Question that was also asked is what is the
A woman.
future of Adidas without Kanye or Yeezy? And the CEO basically said Adidas using Yeezy designs is not part of the future strategy. And what does he mean by that? He says the Yeezy product is something that he created. That he means Kanye. He's
Mhm.
the inventor of it, and we have been his partner to take his design and sell them off later, which we technically could do, is not part of our strategy. Our task is now to limit the damage and get rid of the inventory, use the proceeds to good, and build a business later without Yeezy. Makes sense. Technically, could be legally.
Translation. We
We might spin the block on this idea.
so answer the question. Ask the question again, Kier, and I'll answer. I'm gonna give you what they said in a more straightforward way.
Okay. So, Mr. CEO of Adidas, do you plan to use these Yeezy designs or Yeezy's previous designs for future releases?
Well, let me put it this way, interviewer. We're gonna use it as long as necessary to figure out how we're gonna get ourselves out of this cesspool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Could you repeat that again?
Yes, to your question, whether or not it is part of a strategy to keep using Yeezys or at least selling Yeezys in the future, we will. I can tell you affirmatively that we will do it, but only as long as necessary to figure out how we're gonna get out of this cesspool that we've caused.
Of Yeezy as cost.
Yeah, well,
It's all part of the plan.
Cut
so
off.
I so I'd
Cut
like
off
to
the royalties.
so I'd like to take this moment to thank everyone. What is he has a meme, right? Surprise. he has a
Hey man.
yeah, he has a some anyway, yeah.
It's I mean I think they won't use it because they don't want to be dependent on this they call it silhouette of shoes. But they have been I mean they've been taking inspiration out of his designs. I mean everyone has been taking inspiration out of his designs. So it won't surprise me if we see similar ones but not one-on-one copies.
Yeah,
And
but
as well, you cannot sell. The thing is this: they were selling Yeezys at a premium price, so the
that's the
margins. That's the biggest problem.
that's the
I mean, this is
thing,
like
yeah.
getting like a Jeep. I was looking at a Anton Daniels show the other day, and he was talking about people selling Jeeps, or was it Jeeps or the Wagoneer? I think it's a Jeep, selling it for 150,000, while you can buy Land Rover or Range Rover for almost the same price. What are we doing out here? So no one is gonna pay 300 for Adidas.
Yeah. They would pay
Well, not,
300 for
not as easy, not as easy. Let's put it this way.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe they will
exactly.
pay for it, but not as easy if it has Yeezy on top of it.
That
It's
yeah,
for
so they would pay Yeezy. Well, a car doesn't have a forehead, but okay. They would pay Yeezy.
Figuratively, man. What are you talking about, man?
I'm just but
Oh, this
but
is despicable,
a,
man.
A
What the heck
Yeezy,
are you doing?
but they would pay it for Yeezys. They wouldn't.
Yeah,
So
easily.
someone would pay it. So yeah, they wouldn't pay 300 Adidas shoe. They would pay a 300 euro Yeezy shoe.
Mhm.
That's there's a big difference. And one thing I wanted to remark is that the even if they copy or they are inspired by the Yeezy designs and they want to follow it, and even if legally it is possible, because even that I have my doubts. That's their stance. But let's say even if it is legally possible, if you're going to sell the same shoes or the same more or less the same designs, because you copied it, but mine's are the Yeezys and yours are like a imitation of mine, then it's gonna be regarded as a ripoff or a copycat. So
You won't
the
be able to sell it for the same
what
money.
and exactly, and in the previous show, KaiR, I don't know if you recall, because we talked about it, the percentage of revenue, or was it profit, that Yeezys accounted for. Do you
Mhm.
remember that?
Yeah, it
It
was
was a large number. Do you remember more or less what it was?
60% or something like that. 60%, something like that. It was pretty. There was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. So I said it as a joke, but Adidas really needs to figure out what they're going to do. And I really believe that they're selling the Yeezys because they don't have another alternative at this moment. So they're gonna try to sell it as much as possible, hoping that they can figure it out before the stock runs out.
I mean, the stock was going down,
I'm
and I
talking about
cannot.
the
Oh, the stock, the shoe stock.
the shoe stock,
Yeah,
not
yeah, I
the
mean, yeah. Yeah, yeah. They have to sell them off and hope they can find a plan. I'm trying to look real quick into the numbers of the of Q2 if I can find it, because if I'm not mistaken, they had um yeah, so Adidas reported that the revenue for Q2 was nearly flat, declining 5% to 5.3 billion in the quarter, compared to 5.5 or almost 5.6 in 2023. So they basically dropped, and the only way to save a little bit the numbers is by selling it off, so it looks better. So it's tough. It's gonna be tough for them to survive this, because I mean they were selling these shoes at such a big margin. I think it's probably usually 32% is a good margin. I think they were selling it probably at 80% or
I think
something
so
like that.
too. Because it's a luxury. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
luxury product. So yeah.
It is crazy. That was what Gap was also trying to do. Gap
The-
tried to Gap tried to try to okie doke Kanye.
yeah.
Kanye thought he was making a teaming up with Gap and create uh, clothing that everyone could buy. And then Gap turned around and started selling it as a high price ticket. They were like, "Oh man, this is good for the numbers." And then they broke up. They also broke up. He also broke up with Gap, and then Gap went down. Well, Gap was already going down, but it is what it is.